Booyah. I wanted to talk about my Chevy Colorado's aftermarket truck mirrors. I get a lot of questions about them, so I figured I would do a long form video on it and also include the lighting and functionality of it. When I first got the Chevy Colorado, the mirrors were actually pretty proportionate to the rest of the truck, but I travel a lot for work, and so I was doing a lot of towing of U-Haul trailers around, and I quickly realized that the small mirrors that came with them weren't very functional. They didn't extend out at all. They didn't have any way to look lower and down the side of the truck at the same time. They didn't have two small mirrors in there. They just didn't have a whole lot of functionality to them. They were powered mirrors, so that was a plus. Then eventually, when I wanted to lift the truck and put oversized tires and 37s and lift and wider stance and all of those aftermarket things, I quickly realized the truck also looked very disproportionate as well. So after doing some online research, looking at YouTube videos and truck forums, I did find that they made aftermarket mirrors for the Chevy Colorado, some bigger towing ones. The next thing was to find ones that were quality or well built, that weren't going to break, something that wasn't just the eBay version of it. So I actually found Boost Auto Mirrors. They are an expensive company, but from what I've heard and personally experienced now, as you get what you pay for, essentially. I mean, fortunately, you do get quality out of these. Now, when you're on their website, you can click on a few different things and slowly upgrade the mirrors, and of course the price goes up too. I ended up just kind of going all out on these mirrors because I knew over time I was going to go all out on the truck, and I wanted something to match, and I knew I was also going to paint match these to the rest of the truck as well. So as you can see here, I did do the front driving markers up on the front, and then they also turn into turn signals as well when I hit the turn signal, obviously. And then why don't you go ahead and spin all the way around. Wah, on the inside. As you can see here, I also have a turn signal on the inside of the mirror of the truck. So if there's any cars coming up to the side behind me, or even pedestrians, it gives them a heads up that I'm turning. Most of the time, I'd say people aren't very courteous or aware of their surroundings. So giving them more of a heads up, the better. Also, it's a split mirror, which I really did like because, as I mentioned earlier, you can look down at the tires of the truck or curbs or anything like that, rocks, but then you can also see down the side of the truck or the trailer and everything that you're towing. The bottom portion is a push to move. You push that here. This isn't powered, but the top portion is powered. I also elected to have these LED backup lights in there, and they also double as an approach light. So when I come up to the truck and unlock it at night, it illuminates down the side of the truck. I pop it in reverse, I can see down the side of the truck. And then when I hit the cab light, or the bed dome cab light, these also illuminate too. So it just gives a lot of extra lighting. I wasn't sure how much I would like these, but I do have a little bit of a window tint at nighttime. These are very, very helpful. There's a few other functionalities to the mirror too I want to talk about. So one is they fold nicely. So if you're parking alongside, because these trucks are really nice for daily driving, so parallel parking and things like that is awesome for me. So let's go ahead and fold the mirrors. Check these guys out. I'm going to put a little bit of support here so I don't just reef on the 3 bolts holding the mirrors to the truck. So I'm going to push here. Folds in nicely. Now, they're not the power mirrors like the $80,000, $90,000 Platinum Ford Super Duty Denali's out there, but these are really nice, and they do still fold. All right, if you guys want to come around this way. So this is kind of what they look like from the side, being folded in. They're a really nice mirror. Again, everything's very sturdy. I would have to say in the winter time, be careful wrenching on this. If you've never folded in the mirrors before, it can be very, very stiff. So I'd recommend, being soft on it on a warm day. Get a few folds out of it before you go wrenching cold in the morning time or something like that, because it is a lot of stress. And definitely support it whenever you're doing it. You do what you want, but that's what I'd recommend, because I think in total these mirrors were about 800 and something bucks, almost $900. And that's before the paint and paint protection film. Real quick shot, I wanted to show how far these do actually fold in. Very slender, almost match the fender flares here. And the next functionality these guys have is sliding out. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold these back out, give it a little support, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling it out for the tow mirror position. The extra Dodge Rammy. So now they are fully extended. These are very, very big mirrors. And you know what's really nice though is they don't look disproportionate for the size of the truck. I just wanted to show you how the mirrors look, fully extended, upper and lower mirror, turn signal. I did the paint protection film. Now you can get them smoked from Boost Auto. When I originally ordered these were just a regular amber. And then when I started doing the final touches on the truck, I realized I wanted these smoked. So I just did some paint protection film that was smoked on here, PPF, and it's actually smoked. It's not like spray painted or anything like that. But if I did peel this off, it'd give me the amber look again, but it's really, really on there well. And with these mirrors bigger, I would recommend paint protection film because they're just pretty much a big target for rocks and bugs and anything like that that's going to tear them up over time. I did paint in here. I get that question a lot too. It's like, hey, did you paint in here? They went ahead and painted in here too, and it still works fine. Again, that's probably only the second time I've ever extended the mirrors. So let's go ahead and we'll check out the lights for the next feature. All right, you guys like that trick? Now we can see it at night. So here's the amber turn signals or running lights. I'll go ahead and turn them on the turn signals. That way you guys can see it. Hold right there. There you go. I got them blinking. So this is still smoked, so they show up really well, even though I put the smoked paint protection film over it. Now if you'll spin around this side with me, you can see the inside turn signal I was telling you about earlier. Still very bright, love it. And then I want to show you guys the backup or approach light here. So I'm going to turn on the cab light too. Booyah. Look how bright those are. Come from this direction too, you can see all the way down the side of the truck. Now granted, there is a little light going on outside here tonight, but I mean, it's blinding all the way down the side of the truck. And that turns on when I unlock the truck and I'm walking up to it too. Put it in reverse, it turns on, as well as the cab light, bed light, that turns on as well. So anyway, these are amazing mirrors. I would highly recommend. Let's go ahead and go back to daylight. Did you guys like that little trick? Took me longer to film, but it worked out good. But anyway, now that I've shown you all the functions, features, and the lighting at nighttime, which is pretty cool, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if there's any other questions that you have. I'd love to answer them.